Over the past 100 years, our society has increasingly become more unsustainable with a massive growth in industry and technology. Within this, the car has become central to the maintenance and persistence of environmental degradation. According to the UK Government 2023, cars are the most popular mode of personal travel, comprising 58% of trips in 2022 and 78% of distance travelled. This, however, is unsustainable as the world is increasingly facing the effects of climate change. It is widely understood that transformational change requires cultural shifts. It is not enough to simply enhance the sustainability of existing systems. More profound changes are needed. Dr. Bike is a service offered by the Norwich Bicycle Repair Cooperative, which is fostering a culture of sustainability on the UEA campus. We spoke to Charlie and Mark to find out more.
Norwich Bicycle Repair Co-op is a cooperative, not-for-profit business. Because we're set up like this, there's no boss, there's no shareholders, there's no one sitting around getting a pay packet that doesn't deserve it, which means we can keep our prices as cheap as we can for people.
We've got 2 workshop stands, multiple wheel stands out there. We try and get people to come and enjoy the space, do their own repair with our support.
We get the opportunity to work with a lot of different people, which is one of the nicest things. We feel like we're a hub for so many different students, staff, medical staff, people off campus, refugees. There's so many people that get to benefit from it and meet each other here. So
we've got one young man in the corner at the moment who has been here several days, the last couple of weeks, building himself a bike, and now he's paying us back by helping us scrap some bikes.
This community that Dr. Bike fosters has implications on social justice, providing affordable transport options and creating a space for diverse socio-economic backgrounds to access cycling. On top of this, the service also encourages environmental sustainability. Compared to cars, bikes emit a far lower amount of carbon in both the manufacturing process, embodied carbon, and when being used, operational carbon.
We recycle and repurpose just about as much as we can, so any bikes that we don't refurbish or repair are scrapped, and we strip all the plastic and rubber off so they can be smelted down economically. All the tyres go back to a company that recycles the tyres, all the inner tubes go to a company that recycles the inner tubes, all our paper cardboard waste is recycled. We're really pro trying to reuse, recycle as much as we can so we've got as little environmental impact as possible.
Dr. Bike's service aligns with new ideals or transformative change, such as the concept of circular economy. The circular economy aims to decouple economic growth and environmental impacts by reducing the use of raw materials to revert the extractive model of the current economic system, boosting reuse practices, avoiding discarding patterns for matters and stuffs that still have use value for different actors in society, and increasing recyclability of goods by implementing effective market arrangement for secondary materials.
One of the great things about cycling is that you're not putting emissions out by using it. It's a relatively one-time hurtful thing, the production of the bicycle, but you can get years and years out of a well-maintained bicycle compared to cars and buses and things. Although they all have their place in society, don't get me wrong, I think bicycles are one of the leading ways to cut emissions for the average person.
Dr. Bike is an example of an organisation which has successfully tied together the need for both social and environmental change, allowing it to contribute to transformative change in the local community. However, a new report from the Institute for Public Policy Research, Stride and Ride, indicates that in order to meet the UK's 2030 climate commitments of reducing car miles by 25%, cycling levels must increase by at least 20% within the decade.
It'd just be brilliant to have a bigger facility and more staff and be able to spread the joys of cycling and the education of it so people can look after their bikes better. Yeah.
Dr. Bike is a small scheme situated in an area which is already relatively bike positive. For the effects of the organisation's vision to be felt at a wider level, initiatives such as Dr. Bike must receive greater funding and support to encourage a cultural shift towards more sustainable transport systems.